Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone, Prof. Figna and Prof. Izam, especially. Today, we would like to present the state final project. And before we started, this is our team members. First is Muhammad Bobi Rizkawan, second Dani Prastio, and third Ananda Jumantoro. Okay, this is the outline that we will cover at this time. First, we run the IEEE 39 bus. We will perform a comprehensive power flow analysis for the base case of the IEEE bus test system to understand the existing network dynamic and constraint. The next, we examine the voltage evaluation and contingency analysis. The third, we develop a mitigation and solution based on contingency analysis, steady state and transient analysis. And the last one, we finding a solution and conclusion. Okay. IEEE 39 bus is a simplified version of the high voltage transmission in America, and it consists of 39 bus system, 10 generators, 9 load, 34 line, and 12 transformer, and having nominal frequency at 600 Hz and mean voltage is around 345 kilovolt. And we use Dixalan software because it is standard use in industry and common use in utility system. And next is issue, objective, goal, and expected result. Our issue comes from using IEEE 39 bus, and we will examine a power flow, exercise contingency analysis, and develop mitigation solution, where our objective is to perform 6 scenario based on N-1 contingency analysis, and then obtaining mitigation solution, especially in voltage evaluation in 2 worst case scenario. And our goal is to ensure that the system has stability and reliability, and our expected result at the system is a resilient and sustainable system. This is example of IEEE 39 bus data. We have parameters of generator, load demand, and bus magnitude and angle from bus 1 until bus 39. We are coming into the methodology and approach. It will divide into 3 sections. The first section is we will run load flow and examine voltage evaluation to check the voltage magnitude, whether it below 0.94 or above 1.06. And then after we find a solution, we can run into contingency analysis and pick 2 worst case voltage evaluation scenario. And the next one, after we pick up 2 worst case scenario, we develop mitigation and solution, either over voltage or under voltage, and either to implement the shunt reactor or implement shunt capacitor. And after that, we run load flow again and check the system in contingency analysis N-1. And the last one is we make an additional examination regarding the dynamic simulation analysis, and after that, the conclusion. So this is the base case bus 36. As we can see on the picture that the bus 36 has a voltage 1.064. It is in above the upper limit, as we can see in the, also as we can see in the voltage magnitude bar over here. And after we check the generator G7 in voltage magnitude, this bus 39 because 36 because of generator voltage setting. And after that, we will develop a solution based on this. We will regulating the excitation control in this generator, and we can setting into 1.06 PU. And after we develop this solution, we can see that the voltage magnitude no longer above the upper limit, as we can see in the bar chart on the right side of this presentation. So for the next presentation, will be present by my friends, Mr. Bobby. So time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Dani. So, after we fix up the generator setting, then we can do contingency analysis in terms of line and generator. And we put all the possibility, hence, based on the contingency analysis, there are two major issue. First, there are 6 buses exceed upper voltage limit, and there are 3 buses belowing lower limit. And the worst case of exceeding voltage limit was at bus 24. This case illustrates that the line 16 and 24 was outage and bus 24 was exceeding limit at 1.078 per unit. However, for the worst case below lower limit, the worst case is bus 32. This case illustrated that the generator was outage. However, we select the bus 15 as the second worst case because the bus 32 has no load. Next. Okay. As you can see on the left above picture, initially, before contingency, the voltage magnitude at bus 24 was 1.037 per unit. However, during outage line 24 and 16, the voltage was increased to 1.078 per unit. And as you can see on the right bar graph, the voltage magnitude of bus 24 was exceeding the upper limit. Next. Then how to mitigate this problem? We propose to install shunt reactor within capacity 50 megavar, including or within 5 number of steps. At first trial, we put the shunt reactor into step number 2 to regulate VAR standing at 20 megavar. However, the voltage magnitude was still higher. And then we did a second trial to put the step number 4 to regulate VAR standing at 40 megavar. And finally, the voltage magnitude was decreased to 1.058 per unit. Next. And even though if we put this shunt reactor, even in normal condition, the voltage magnitude still below upper limit. As you can see, the voltage magnitude was 1.031 per unit. Next. Okay. Next worst case is under voltage. So, like I was mentioned before, we select bus 15 as the second worst case. And on the left above picture, you can see that initially bus 15 was 1.012 per unit. And then due to the line outage 14 and 15, the voltage magnitude at bus 15 was decreased into 0.935. That means below the lower limit. And as you can see on the graph, on the right bar graph, the voltage magnitude bus 15 was below the lower limit. Next. So, how to solve this? We propose to install a shunt capacitor or capacitor bank within 5 steps and 100 megafarad. Then, to solve this problem, we put shunt capacitor into step number 4 to regulate FAR standing at 80 megafarad. Hence, the voltage magnitude was increased to 0.968 per unit. Next. And after we install the shunt capacitor, as you can see on the left bar graph, the voltage magnitude was increased from below 0.94 per unit into between 0.94 and 0.98. And even though this capacitor bank still supply good far, even though in normal condition, which mean when line 15 and 16 is connected, the voltage magnitude at bus 15 was still 1.024 per unit. So, how to determine about reactor and capacitor? For your additional information, reactor is supply positive VAR and capacitor supply negative VAR. Uh, in addition, reactor fix the over voltage and capacitor fix the under voltage. Next. So next presentation will be presented by my friend Mr. Ananda.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Bobby. So this is additional examination from our group. We add dynamic simulation. This dynamic simulation is a powerful tool used to analyze how power grid respond to the disturbance on transient condition. We use this method to make sure our solution on steady state condition before still safe when system on transient condition. So this assessment, we choose the configuration, RMS value simulation, network balance positive square, and the duration simulation at 10 second. As you can see on the both graph, it's just 10 second. On the left side is the voltage magnitude on bus 24 due to the line 16 and 24 outage before we add a reactor. As you can see, the voltage magnitude exceed upper limit even on the oscillation transient up to 1.0992 per unit, and on the steady state condition up to 1.080 per unit. So this is the exceed the upper limit. After we add the reactor, you can see on the right side, the contingency oscillation uh, is below the upper limit. So in the safe condition, around 1.055 per unit, and the new equilibrium is 1.015 per unit. So it decreased the voltage magnitude around 3 until 5% per unit. Next. On the second case, this is the bus 15. Due to the outage of line 15 16. So on the second case, during the dynamic simulation on the bus 15, the normal condition is a 1.011 per unit. After we add the contingency on the simulation on 5 seconds, there is the lower oscillation peak magnitude around 0.946. So it is still safe because we already add the shunt capacitor, and finally we got steady state voltage around 0.918 per unit. Next. So next we talk about the grid summary from all the scenario. First one is the base scenario, so the system normal operation, and the second one is contingency scenario, is highlight area needing improvement for voltage violation, and the last one is solution. So this is the benefit of the voltage support that we already add into the system. As you can see on the solution table, we already got the circle right. So it is mean that we already implemented compensation of inductor and capacitor. On the below graph, we have two table, trafo on the line. This is the result according to the load flow contingency analysis. So as you can see, when the grid there is a contingency, some of load percentage is increased. Like my friend at before, the trafo 631 is increase the loading into the overload. Next. And like my friend talked before, we focus on the two worst case contingency due to the line 15-16 outage and line 15-24 outage. So we not focus on the equipment loading, we just focus on the voltage violation. But for the additional on the line 16 and 17 is already increase the load into the overloading condition according to the contingency that we already add into the grid. On the line 15-16 and 16-24, the active reactive power is 0 because we already make its outage, so there is no power flow through this line. Next. For the conclusion, initially voltage magnitude at the bus 36 and the generator 7 was exceeding upper limit at 1.064 per unit. Then we changed the generator 7 supply voltage into 106 per unit. And second, through the contingency analysis and transient analysis, we conclude that during outage on the line 16 and 24, voltage magnitude at bus 24 were exceeding the limit around 1.018, and on the bus 15 is below the limit around 0.935 per unit. To solve overvoltage issue, we propose to install shunt capacitor with capacity 60 mVAR to mitigate overvoltage, and for undervoltage we already implemented the capacitor bank with the total capacity is 100 mVAR. During transient simulation, we increase the shunt reactor capacity according to the oscillation voltage magnitude exceed the upper limit. So that's all from our group. Thank you.